don't make sense what the suffering was for. Cause I got out my head and I got in my bag. No time to be crying, there's money to make. I'll do what I gotta, whatever it takes. Cause I'm pushing myself to be one of the great. And my time is right now.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Extreme Lifestyle Living Podcast. Now, today's episode is going to be a short and sweet one because I just want to give you a very impactful message. And what it's called is, the topic is, what if it all works out? What if it all works out? What if every aspiration, every goal you wrote down worked out? Your career goals, your promotions, becoming a CEO, becoming a CFO, becoming an entrepreneur, getting the manager position, getting that raise. What if it worked out? What if you wrote down a plan and went after it and it worked out? What if you had a physical goal? What if you wanted to lose 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 20 pounds, 30 pounds? What if you wanted to gain muscle? What if you wanted abs? What if you wanted to bodybuild? What if you wanted to compete in a Spartan race? What if you wanted to go to CrossFit? What if you wanted to learn about the human body and study it and get your personal training certificate? What if you wanted to have an emotional goal? What if you wanted to become more confident? What if you wanted to work on your self-limiting beliefs? What if you wanted to look in the mirror and not have that gut-wrenching feeling in your stomach when you look at yourself sometimes with shame, guilt, and humility, So the biggest thing is like, what if it all works out? And then this is the biggest inspiration behind my tattoo. Let's find out. Because the biggest thing with me is being as successful as I have been. And I say that with confidence because I really don't talk about the success behind the scenes. And it's funny because since I started working closer with a marketing agency to really help captivate who I am as a person, to really help me display the more authentic side of who I am, then it's funny because a lot of people say how I work with my clients and all these different things isn't as displayed on my Instagram, as in my social media presence, as often or as hard as it should. I don't people don't get the real side of me and how they can benefit from just who I am as a person, what I offer. And the reason why I say that is because everything that I've ever did with this entire dream of building this business, having clients, hiring somebody, paying them a salary, it all started with just writing it down and allowing myself the space to say, what if it all works out? What's the worst? And then give yourself a timeline. Give yourself a timeline and literally go 110% at whatever goal it is. If it's a physical goal, give yourself minimum 60 days. 60 days, 2 months. Give yourself minimum 60 days, even 6 weeks. So not even 60 days, go 45 days, give yourself minimum 45 days and go 110% all in. 45 days to 6 weeks over the entire year is not that long. If you can't do that, then you just do not have the effort. You're just not putting in the effort, and the rest is on you. You just don't have anyone can put in 6 weeks, even 30 days minimum. Go 110% all in. See what happens, What's the worst that can happen? And then literally apply the same thing with your career goal and education in school. If you have these goals and it's a minimum 30 days, minimum 60 days, go 110%, build a plan, ask for help, put your ego aside, and get that little individual day-to-day tasks, week-to-week tasks, and go all in for 30 days, 60 days, and see what happens. Because it can truly be as good as you want it to be. Same thing with your emotional state, right? When you want to put up boundaries and have more self-respect, you want to press your ego and your pride and learn new things. You want to get into new goals and just challenge your life in different ways. You can do these with books, mentorship programs, doing things to challenge yourself, like getting up earlier, going to bed, trying to journal, talk to people that you haven't talked to before. You know what I mean? Stick to a diet, whatever your relationship is, things like that. Doing boundaries around your friends and your family members, the ones that don't really believe in the same ideologies of life as you do anymore because you have higher ambitions than them, right? All these different things, you can just go in 30 to 60 days, 110%. It literally can be whatever you've ever dreamed of. And the craziest thing about that is everything that I'm doing now has literally been from writing it down and just literally believing with full conviction. And that's the most other important part of whatever goal and dream you have with your life, whether it's a physical, emotional goal, career goal, whatever it is that you can picture in your mind. You have to believe with full conviction that you are willing to put in the work and believe that that's going to earn you that prize. And that's when you have to have integrity to understand, are you willing to actually put in that work? are you actually putting in that work day in, day out, at least 5-6 days a week, 7 days a week if you're obsessed? Because once you get the momentum going, it's a multiplier effect, and it can go faster and faster and faster. And that's why I'm saying, with where I'm at now, it's insane, because it can be as good as you truly want it to be. And that's like I said, a big inspiration of why I have the tattoo. Let's find out. And with there being literally less than 6 weeks left of this year, that's why I want it to be short and impactful, is that we got 6 weeks left. There's not much time to fuck around right now. And whatever your goals are, there's only 6 weeks, like I said, 30 to 60 days. If you can commit for 30 to 60 days and just go 110% all in, and actually be integral with the hard work you're putting in, and trust your gut and say, hey, am I actually doing as much work as I can promise you'll be amazed at where your life can be, because it can be just as good as you want it to be. So, short and sweet episode. I appreciate you guys all for tuning in, and let's find out what can exactly happen in the next 6 weeks before 2024 pops around. Let's go.
Who's on my side? I don't know anymore. Cause it's more than a battle, we going to war. And losing again, I just cannot afford. I think it's my time to go even the score. What you see on the surface attached to my core. I'm stacking my paper, but feeling for more. One hell of a ride, but I'm staying on board. And now it makes sense what the suffering was for. Cause I got out my head and I got in my bag. No time to be crying, there's money to make.